Welcome to part 2 of our training. Again, this is Chris Griffiths and we're going to talk about the MLS homepage. So when you log into the MLS, you are looking at the homepage, and the first thing I want you to notice is that there is a large section up here to the left that is a message from your MLS staff, and you have no control over that. You can't move it, can't change it. But the rest of the page is made up of these what are called modules, and as we scroll down the page you'll see that there are quite a few of them. And the first one that we want to look at is this one here that says 24-hour market watch. And you'll notice that the numbers are huge, and the reason they're huge is because we're looking at data from all of Southern California. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to learn how to make this something more useful to us. The way we do that is we come up here to the toolbar, we go to Admin, and we go to Your Preferences. Now you'll see that this page is broken up into sections, and we're going to come back here in the next class. But right now what we're looking at is at the bottom of the first section, the 24-hour market watch areas. And notice that over to the right here, we have an entry box, and to the right of that there is this icon that looks like a magnifying glass over a window. And whenever you see this, I'd strongly suggest that you click on it, because it's offering to help you fill stuff in. Okay. Now we're just going to set this to Pasadena. You can set it to whatever you want. Notice that it says begins with. So I'm just going to type in PAS, and this will show you that not only are you going to find Pasadena, you're going to find Paso Robles here. So it's a very flexible way of searching for what you're after. We basically want Los Angeles County. Notice we have the 4 areas we're all used to, but we also have the legacy search, and this is essentially neighboring MLSs who might have called Pasadena something different. So when we click the Los Angeles County, we're just going to click OK, and you'll see that that fills in the information down here. Now it's very important, you must click Save in the top left, otherwise that will go away. And the next thing we're going to learn is that this icon at the top left end of the menu bar, looks like a house, is very, very useful. Basically with one click from anywhere in the MLS, you can go to your home page. And you'll see now that the 24-hour market watch, it actually moved without me wanting to, which is something we're going to talk about in a second. But notice that now the numbers are much smaller. And any time you have a number or a word that is blue and underlined, it's a hyperlink. So let's say we want to look at what single listing is back on the market. If we click on the number 1, it's going to take us straight to that listing. And if we click on the listing number, it's going to show us that property. So again, with one click, you can go directly to your home page. Now, what the program inadvertently did just there was it moved my my modules around, and you can move them as you want. The way you do that is by clicking. Notice that the mouse changes when it gets into the menu bar up here. You press and hold the left mouse button, you drag it, and you can move them around. Now, once you move them, they're meant to stay put. But we have found sometimes that there's a bug in the system that will move them back, which is what happened a minute ago. One more thing here. If you go to the very top right of the screen, you'll see you have Customize Home Page. And here you can check or uncheck the items that you want to appear on your home page. We're just going to leave it the way it is. Okay, so that's one thing that's useful about the home page. The next thing, and possibly the most useful thing, is this thing called the listing locator. Let me give you a couple of examples. Let's say that you have a client who's out on Realtor.com and they find a listing and they give you the listing number, and we've got 22135736. You can either click Enter on the keyboard or you can click Search on the menu here. And you'll see that it takes us directly to that property. So it's a very quick and easy way of going to a single property. Let's say that you're driving into work in the morning and you see a sign on a property at 337 Stevens. Again, notice that it says begins with, so you don't have to type the whole thing in. And what it's going to do is it's going to find the property that is active right now, obviously the sign that you saw. But notice that it's also finding that this same property sold back in 1998, sold in 2002, and it had a bunch of fun here in 2001. So essentially, this is going to find all the information that is in our MLS database for a particular property. So let's go back to the home page, and this time we're going to put in a condo project. We see a sign at 190 Arroyo. And I'm just going to type in ARRO, which is going to demonstrate a potential weakness here. And basically 190 Arroyo turns out to be a condo project. There are 2 active properties, that's where you saw the sign. Notice you've also got all these sold properties plus the ones that expired or cancelled. And there have also been units in here that have leased, and you've got the leased information. And because I typed in ARRO, I also found these commercial properties on Arrow Highway in San Dimas. So sometimes it's dangerous to type in too few letters. That's basically the message there. Let's go back to the home page. Now, one other thing that is really useful here is you can put in a list price. So say you're out on Caravan and you see a property at $598,000. You can't remember the address, but you remember the price. You can type the price in, and it's going to find all the properties. Notice it found residential, lots and land, residential income, commercial, industrial, all at $598,000. And just look at these addresses. I mean, you've got everything from Topanga to La Palma, Rosemead, Monterey Park. I mean, we're looking at a lot of data in our MLS. So that's another really useful feature. And when you scroll down the page, you'll see that there are other things that you can do on your home page. Before we leave, there's one more thing I want to point out on the listing locator. Down at the bottom right here, you have more criteria. And if you just click more criteria, you don't have to type anything in. You're actually going to be taken to a standard search. And that can be a really quick and easy way of getting to the standard search. So all in all, the home page is something that you don't want to just blow right past, because you can do a lot of things here very quickly, very easily, and we'll be using it again as we go through the rest of these classes. Thank you.